I mean, I don't think they're going to run the same composition, right? That would be crazy. Possible, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, TQ, if they were smart, were watching the last game, so they might be up to their tricks, you know. So we'll see. I would not like to see new guys do the same comp here.
I mean, I definitely told TQ that because while we were waiting for RK Red to get online, I told TQ, we'll be casting their game next. Here's Twitch link. All things that were easily identifiable. So they knew about it. Whether or not they're there or not, who knows? That's a good question. But yeah, it's first ban. So if you were watching that last game, would you just ban the Illidan and say, nope, not today?
Yeah, Illidan was a pretty solid threat on his own. I don't, while the double support really gave him more momentum, I think just the raw skill that we saw from the Illidan player was enough to warrant possibly a first or second ban. Going with the Genji though. So now the question is, do they prioritize global control here or
do you think they're going to pick up Malthael, or do you think they're going to ban Malthael, or do you think they're going to ban, earlier today they banned the Dahaka right away, but that was when Malthael got banned. So by banning Genji, they take that trick that TNG used earlier, where TNG was like, all right, well, we're going to let the Malthael go through the first ban, or at least first ban. So you either have to ban him and burn your ban, or you have to give him to me, right? So maybe we're going to see the same thing here.
Yeah, here comes, they're hovering the Malthael.
But now TQ gets first pick of whatever they really wanted at this point, right? Like, that's the beauty of having an OP character. I don't know what that means we're going to see in 2 weeks when Stukov is live. Like, what does that mean for them? Does that mean, Stukov is now the new one? That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, we've seen some teams not worry about the global on this first pick and just go straight into the first pick Uther. A lot of priority onto Uther tonight, so I'm curious if that's what they're thinking here, or if they're worried about, maybe they watched the last 2 games and know that New Guys has really strong macro control of the map and knows that they're going to need to get a global pressure here.
Right, that's possible. That's absolutely possible. Let's see. What are they gonna? Okay. I don't know what I think of that. I feel like
I feel like they probably could have gone something, either a tank or support there.
Yeah, I'm really curious why they prioritize the Grey Mane as first pick.
Because now you're given to New Guys, you're giving them a lot of options actually.
Right.
They kind of got a lot of freedom here to take the Uther, take Dahaka if they want. I think Uther Dahaka would be a nice solid pickup here.
Right. Exactly. And that's what has me concerned. Right.
Uther Abathur.
Okay,
so maybe they read Grey Mane, potentially a second or third pick Abathur on the side of RK, and or TK, or TQ, sorry.
That's
and
right.
They wanted to go ahead and take that away.
I don't. Okay. That's. But Abathur or Grey Mane's not the only good clone, right? So.
Well, they banned out the Genji, and then that leaves
any of the mages, Vala.
Yeah.
Arthas. Arthas is a great clone, and a great hat target. Like. I don't know. I struggle with the Grey Mane first pick still.
Yeah, me too. I don't think that was the right path.
And a new, well, so all right, so a new Dahaka I like those two picks. I just like New Guys was showing nothing with a Malthael ban, so why the Greymane first pick? That's just that'll probably have me confused all game.
Mm-hmm.
Unless maybe maybe Greymane is just like their carries like super comfort pick, right? I guess that's possible. But I like the Anubarak Dahaka, right? Anubarak, super solid tank. Dahaka, like we've talked all night about Dahaka being the best solo laner. So,
yeah, I think Rhaegar's the right hover here. An Ancestral into this comp would be really nice. Just add more health bars to everybody.
Yeah.
So taking that away is going to be good. But who would New Guys be looking here to go with the Abathur?
Well, so you have to have something solid. Well, oh, dude. Okay, that's the right band. Because that's what I was about to say. Like, wait a minute. Are they... Wait, Illidank? Like, come on. Like, that dude... Like, Illidan Abathur? Like, that's been a thing since the beginning of time. You can't let that one go, right?
Yeah, that was screaming Illidan. So, now on the side of New Guys...
Yeah, who do you pick up here? You have, you almost have to go Vala at this point. Vala in a tank.
Yeah. What do you think about Cassia?
Cassia could work, but I don't know if Cassia is quite as strong as Vala in the clone sense, right? Mm-hmm. I guess it could absolutely work. I just am not sure.
I'd like to see a Sonya.
All right, I could see that. I don't know that we will, but I could definitely see that. And no, we get Arthas Thrall. Arthas is like I said earlier. Arthas is a great ad target. Thrall is. I am still unsure how I feel about Thrall, new Thrall. Well, adjusted Thrall.
I think with the Abathur pairing, he could be pretty strong here.
Okay. But now you need a good answer to that. And you have Greymane and you have Anub Dahaka. Do you double support here and just try to hyper carry Greymane with like Task Brightwing like we saw earlier? Or do you go into like mage something, mage support?
Support choices are limited here for sure. They could grab the Malfurion and go with maybe even a Falstad. Oh, they go with the Li Ming. Okay.
Malfurion. Okay. And Stu Manchu from TNG and Twitch chat, a lot of respect for these guys. Should be a good game. So I'm looking forward to it. When Stu says we're going to see a good game, we're going to see a good game.
Awesome.
I do
good
like
sportsmanship.
The mouth. You know what? I like mouth there. I like that a lot.
New Guys kind of looking for some range damage here.
I still come back to Vala.
Yeah.
Like, nothing wrong with others, but Vala's a great clone target. Because, like, 2 Valas in a fight, like, just walk away. Just walk away, It just is not going to end well for you. So, I like the Vala pick here, but it'll be interesting to see what they end up settling on.
Again, as my mouse is mousing over Lunara comes... I was thinking Lunara.
Well, and we saw RK Red try to use Lunara earlier, but Lunara does good damage, right? And she is another good clone target. She can do damage and like tear through structures, tear through teams, especially with with a Malf as your healer, I could see that being a problem. So, okay, I kind of like that.
Yeah, Malf's going to run out of resources pretty quick. So,
right.
And Lunara's going to feel pretty confident with the Thrall, Arthas, even the Uther front line, and with the Abathur support there. So I really like the Lunara here.
All right, so we have, for the new guys on the blue team, Grim playing the Abathur, Phoenix on the Uther, Santa Claus on the Thrall, Ataro on Lunara, and Stu Manchu rounding out that squad on the Arthas.
And on TQ, we have Redian on Dahaka, Woven on the Nubarak. Let me find him. Renray on the Malfurion, Waddle on Li-Ming, and Fatal on Greymane.
All right, so what do you think? Are we going to see... They're not lining up like we're going to see 5-man mid. That doesn't necessarily mean we're not going to, though. I mean, right, you're always going to see 4-man mid because Abathur... Even if Abathur comes out a little bit, he's not going to come out, right? Like...
They're committing to 3 here in the bottom. Interesting, okay.
Well, 3 to the watchtower, and then they can cut up, or they can stay down. Okay, so
good. They're going to play this right. They're not, they know they're only committing 2 to the middle. Dahak is probably going to brush up top here.
And I like this because Waddle's already getting value with Li-Ming against the wall in the bottom lane. I'm a little bummed. Had Nubarak gone in and popped a couple beetles, he could have gotten a couple of hits on that wall too. Maybe even finishing that tower cannon off in that bottom lane first. But that's all right. It's all good. I tend to be a little more aggressive when I play warrior. Anybody that's played with me will tell you that. But
no.
that tower is going to be finished off pretty early. So.
Give them a nice experience advantage. They're focusing on countering what's the new guy's strength has been tonight, which is the macro game.
No, absolutely, and the best way to counter that macro is to immediately jump on early structures, right?
Yeah, and that's going to be important against the Abathur here. They're going to want to make sure that they never give new guys an inch so that they can take a mile. They're going to want to make sure that they always outpace the Abathur.
See a hat target, but maybe I'm missing
it. He's got it on the Arthas right now.
All right, I was just missing it then.
Mr. Stu Manchu.
Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, I was just being a little blind. Whole front wall down bottom lane now. So TQ actually getting work done in that bottom lane, and we do see some rotations happening. Thrall going to pick up a camp, a Nubarak going top to go ahead and soak that lane while Lunara is mid, and we still have Arthas bottom lane. So all teams soaking all 3 lanes and picking up Siege Giants both in top and bottom lane.
Yep, and it looks like Abathur's building into the mine build, taking Envenom Nest at 1 over the pressurized glands. So he's looking to kind of catch up against the macro game on the other side.
This is so we did have a rotation coming bottom lane to try and pick off Arthas, but lucky for Arthas, the tribute spawned all the way at the top lane, and everybody is coming up there to deal with the fact that that's where the tribute is.
Both teams timed these siege camp well, but because of the way the tribute spawned, TQ is going to get a little bit more value up down there in the bottom lane.
So this is the struggle that I have, or like my problem with why am I going blank? Oh my god. Oh man, on Abathur comps. Okay, wow, brain freeze. So this is my problem with the Abathur comps, right? Like you're going into a curse fight 4v5. So I get later on that works, and I get that Abathur is going to keep your soak close for you, but 4v5 later, early on is problematic, right? You can get behind on curses if the other team knows how to capitalize on an early lead, or they can get an early lead even with an Abathur soaking for you. Like, that's problematic. You have to count, like, realistically, you depend on the Abathur to soak so much that you end up ahead XP wise, right? But my problem with the new guys right now is they're behind about half a level. We do have TQ hitting 7 now, and new guys still chasing 7. So
now they are, I will give them some credit. They are playing it smart, and they're not heavily committing. They're just, poking, and if it's gonna start looking serious, and they're gonna get out. They're not gonna. The impetus is on the Abathur team to not give the opposing team any freebies in the early game. So they're playing this safe. Probably gonna back out now. Yep.
And they've done that so far, right? You are 100% correct. A lot of times, Uther might go down here though. He's really low, and the stuns keep coming out. Arth is able to block, but it might. Ooh, that was so close. And they picked up a kill for it. They did finish off lead.
Very nice.
You're right. They have not thrown away their lives yet. So 100% I will give them that credit. So often you'll see teams that are not quite as good say, all right, well, we have Abathur. We're just going to go in and, we're just going to do what we can do. And they end up throwing lives away, like, left and right. And we're not seeing that. So that's good. Just, that's the struggle with an Abathur comp and not falling behind early.
Yep. And with that, even though they lost the tribute there, they managed to get back up on experience. Oh, we're getting an invade on the Bruiser camp here.
I really like this move for TQ. They know that it's camp time, and they just came in for all 5 actually, 5 strong, and said we're gonna bully you guys off the camp. And oh my God, the luck! And now the tribute is spawning right there.
And that's they knew that because of the last 2 tributes. This is really well played on the side of TQ.
Right. Like, the odds were good. It was either going to be right there or then, half a map behind them, and it ended up right on top of them. Like, they could not have gotten a luckier pop. And Stu Manchu in a lot of trouble on that. Arthas may not go down here. Arthas just barely surviving thanks to a happy Abathur hat on top of him.
Because of the early positioning on the side of TQ, New Guys isn't really able to collapse on this position here. They're just constantly being spread apart.
Right, there was really no way into that hole, and now we have the first curse of the game going over to TQ here. All right, we got Malfurion and Anubarak bottom. Dahaka looks like he might be making his way top. And the rest of TQ joining Anubarak, Malfurion bottom, so we have a 4-man pushing the bottom in pretty hard. Yeah.
And again,
go ahead.
And their New Guys is doing this right. They're just making sure that they stay on level, not give anything more than they need to over to TQ. They don't want to get involved in a fight here. They want to wait for 10 and then wait till the curse is over before engaging.
And actually, I'm very surprised. So both teams hit 10 right at the exact same time, which is really all New Guys could ask for at this point. And now looking to possibly have an engage here.
Clone gets popped on the Arthas. And, yeah, they're looking to collapse.
Oh, there's the Earthquake.
Earthquake, okay.
Curse just ended. Oh, Malfurion does use his...
Nice response.
His silence, and Uther gets broken out. Thrall just eating an entire laser beam from Li Ming. Like, what's up?
Dahaka takes out Abathur behind the fort up in top because the clone had just disappeared.
Yep. As soon as the clone went down, Dahaka was there ready to pounce and took him out. You know what, though? That is probably the best New Guys could have hoped for there, given that so much was not going their way at the time.
Yeah, they need to go to boss now, though. They need to make sure that they can test and match what TQ is doing on the other side.
And they're taking their time. They're definitely going to get this right. I don't think anybody from TQ can come down and contest this boss at this point. But they took a little bit too long starting that boss. With Lunara's Wisp there, though, they'll definitely have vision of the 3 that TQ sent bottom to try and invade. 3 or 4, rather. And they do just barely get it, but this is not the position you want to be in. Oh, I thought TQ might actually look for that fight. Just like immediately after the boss goes by, try and hound the back line of TNG. Let the boss go, right? Like, your boss is pushing keep wall. If you can get a kill there, your boss gets that much more value. Their boss is pushing against your fort wall. You don't have to defend that right away.
So we see Abathur opted into the Mule, and that was kind of a level 7 snap decision, I think, knowing that they were going to have to make sure that they stay on structure and kind of undo the damage that TQ is putting on with their heavy Dahaka pressure.
TNG, I hate to say it, TNG may need to let this one go. I think TQ is going to be 13 by the time TNG gets down here. Maybe not. They might let it go anyway. Doesn't look like they are posturing down there. Instead, looking to just pick up their own bruiser camp on the side of the new guys.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But TQ invading again. Oh, and Nubrak just gets in time. And this is a fight New Guys was not looking for. They are gonna back out. Not Grim on that Abathur clone though. He just went straight in. It was like, we got this, boys. Let's do it.
That was a good read on the side of TQ. They knew that Thrall was shown in the middle, and the rest of the team was missing. And what is left on the map for them to do? Oh, well, here's a bruiser camp on their side. Let's go
steal it from them. And now we have TQ rotating around, just grabbing the rest of the map points that they can. That's going to be their bruiser camp and clearing out Siege Giant's top lane, and then grabbing this next tribute towards the top lane. Li Ming already scouting, watching for someone to come in and do something crazy. She'll throw down an orb or two, maybe even a laser. That laser's on such a short cooldown, it never hurts to use that.
And that's something worth considering, is that most of the heroics on the side of TQ are significantly lower cooldown than that for New Guys, so they can afford to get these invades and skirmishes and pop some heroics and be, ready for the next tribute.
That's a good point, but Thrall going in right away, looking to get a kill, instead gets deleted. And this could be a 5-man wipe on the side of New Guys. Looks like Ataro on that. Lunara will escape. Uther in ghost form going to keep healing as much as he can. That's going to be a tribute and 4 kills. Well, 3 kills rather, because, And where's TQ go at this point, right? They have camps pushing everywhere they can. Looks like they're going to go and try and finish off this front wall of the top lane keep.
Yeah, they just need to continue pushing their advantage, continue pushing the level lead.
Absolutely, and I would expect to see 16 versus 14 any minute now. TQ got basically that whole front wall. There's, I don't know, a tower cannon with like a little bit of health. But this is Cursed Point again. And granted, this is the one time that we're going to see New Guys on an even tier, so I'd like to see them take this point, but from a position of power. Right now, I feel like they're walking into the ambush.
Yep. I don't think they're going to have really any leg to stand on for contesting this tribute.
No, they can't even get to Malfurion, who picks it up almost immediately.
This game is really just kind of snowballed in favor of TQ from that first bruiser camp invade with the prediction of the curse location. So that really shows how important it is to understand where the tribute spawns are on this map, and so props to TQ for recognizing that and getting an invade that matched that.
No, I really don't think they could have gotten any better reaction out of what they did. Now TQ is a little spread here, and so New Guys trying to take advantage of that does kill the Greymane, but Thrall really low. Malfurion using that ice block to stay alive.
But they're out of the cocoon now, and they can start to turn this and kind of ruin the value of this curse for TQ.
And they're doing the best they can. We do have Abathur cloning Thrall, looking to try and do something else, not quite able to do so. Anubrak can escape. So we're going to have 2 kills go over to the side of the new guys, which they desperately needed to stop something, and they were
They should be at the boss like 10 seconds ago. They need to go straight there.
Yeah, no, especially with the curse ending so soon, they didn't need to go clear the waves any further. They needed to immediately go boss.
Yeah, let Abathur get that soak, and then I kind of would have liked them to see them invade their boss, but they're definitely out of time now. So they're going to have to settle for their own boss, which that's fine.
Lunara Uther doing new guy's boss. While we do have 4 of the 5 members and Malfurion on the way right now for TQ's boss. Arthur's kind of showing mid lane. I know he's trying to show that he's out there. Maybe he thinks that'll make TQ think they're on Bruiser, not boss, but I don't know, man.
Unless new guys starts getting some structure taken down, this boss isn't really going to get that much value, so they need to put some pressure somewhere.
No, what I do like, at least they're both on 16, so new guys have caught up in XP, right? But now we have TQ pushing against no wall on a top lane with a boss. 5 men strong. This is a dangerous defense, and TNG, new guys, needs to be careful here. Ataro on that Lunara just absolutely getting chunked from Li Ming's orbs and magic missiles. And here comes the fight. This is going to be the fight. This could end the game. This could set new guys up quite well.
You're gonna lose the keep, so you need to base your decisions based off of that. So
right.
Okay, they actually end up saving the keep here. So the aggressive behavior, which I probably would have just assumed I was going to lose the keep and then probably pay a little bit more passively, but they turn it around and actually save the keep. So get on them.
So Abathur clone getting a little bit of value, helping to take down that boss. New guy's boss pushing down and looking to start keep while they did finish that bottom fort. So that was done. Oh, Malfurion.
Nice ice block.
Caught out. Instead, Thrall taking a ton of damage.
The cursed bullet getting some massive value there.
Oh, but do they turn it around with that great Divine Storm?
Ooh, the leaping strike onto the Li Ming takes her down.
Oh, we got people dying everywhere. 2 for 2 so far. But Uther's really low. Dahaka looking to stun him out and finish him off. Uther goes down, and out comes the
guarantees the kill. Yep.
Oh, and the roots to follow it. Lunara is... Oh, she gets out.
A sleeping strike to get out. Very cool.
Wow. Well done. Abathur hat, just a little bit enough to keep Lunara alive, and then leaping strike to get out of the danger zone.
The mule is going to repair that keep in the top lane.
You're right, it is. Wow, it's doing a good job of getting that done quickly. And 2 for... What did that work out to be? 2 for 3. So not a bad trade. New guys, I'm sure they were hoping for better, but really only going down one death over your opponents when that wasn't the fight you were looking for. It was the fight you were handed. I gotta give them props for that. I think that's what they needed to get out of that.
They've done a good job of especially with the Abathur soak, of keeping themselves on the same pace with TQ. So it's going to come down to the curse around the tribute around level 20, and that fight is going to determine this game.
Yeah, I would agree. It'll be interesting to see how that goes down. Both teams pretty close in experience right now. Abathur doing his best to soak where he can. Both teams trying to get all the camps that they can and defend their lanes. Out comes the next tribute. This is going to be the last pre-20 tribute. Is new guys going to be able to pick this up, or are they just going to delay again? That's the question I would love to know.
All right, and they're going to try and poke this out.
Out comes the cursed bullet. Out comes the earthquake. Damage going down. Oh, man. Dahaka got really low, but...
The Divine Storm turns it around.
Yeah. Oh, three kills for none. 4 kills for none. And that was the fight that new guys needed. Wow.
The Divine Storm turned that around for the team with the Wave of Light and Guardian of Ancient Kings coming out and doing some work against the Nubarak stuns. So that was the fight they wanted. They're gonna, if they were closer to bottom lane, they could get a keep out of this. But they're gonna go ahead and, because they're in that top lane, go for the fort and maybe a keep wall.
Take what you can, right? You're there. It's easier to take as many structures as you can. Unlock this keep wall, perhaps. It was the right decision at this time when you consider where you were on the map. And if you look, like Mystic Shroud just pointed out, that keep is almost full health in the top lane again. So,
and that split push build from Abathur has really done work to keep them on pace.
Right.
And they're going to be the first team to get a keep. New guys has turned this game around in their favor. Starting to look good.
This is not what I thought we were going to see after the situation we had. But yeah, no, I would agree. This is shaping up pretty nicely. And out comes the next tribute.
So they're posturing to take boss here. Is that the right call with the tribute being right there?
No, I think you back off at this point. And that's what they are going to do. You also give up the tribute and look for another fight that you can do. I apologize, chat. I know you guys are seeing some emotes pop up on my screen. I will fix that between games. I don't want you to miss anything because the action's starting to hit hot and heavy in this game, and who knows what we're gonna miss. So I'm not gonna try and fix it now.
Abathur clone has popped on a Thrall, but it doesn't look like they're getting any value out of it. The TQ just opts to back out and waste the clone there. So good on them.
That was the smart way to play that, right? Back out, let the clone get no value, rotate around, take a bunch of camps, and now we do have new guys picking up their boss right away and looking to possibly push this through to the keep.
So you'll notice in the top lane where the fort was, is Abathur put the Locust Nest to keep the pressure on that keepless lane.
So we did have a little fight starting to brew. People are backing away, both teams. So if you're TQ, let this tribute just go. It's not curse point. You got a boss pushing down your lane. You don't want to fight with that boss on you, right? Just let tribute go. Focus on taking out the boss. But at the same time, if you're new guys, like, immediately run up to their boss and
absolutely
invade their boss.
The problem is that mid lane is heavily crowded with vision for TQ, so it'd be hard for them to get over there without being spotted, and TQ would be able to respond pretty quickly, especially since they're heading in that direction to clear that wave. Both teams are playing defensively around TQ's boss.
Well, I mean, that's the boss. That's the only boss really up, right?
Yep.
Like, and with that keep gone, this is a
could not have had better tribute spawn for really, new guys here.
Really, both teams, right? Everybody was situated up here. This is a good position to be in. And here comes the fight. This is the game-winning fight right here.
Guardian of Ancient Kings getting a lot of value on the Thrall.
And down goes Li Ming. Anubrak really low, as is Greymane. Greymane should be the first to go. Curse is out. Anubrak is going to die. It looks like Dahaka is trying to escape. I don't know that he can, though.
They should just go straight core, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to pick up a Dahaka along the way, or maybe just ignore him. No, they're going to go ahead and get him. And
well, Dahaka started it, right? He threw that thing out trying to stop him. And we do have a cheeky Anubrak slapping the core. That's what I like to see. Or not Anubrak. I don't know why I called him Anubrak. have a cheeky Abathur slapping the core. I'm a
all those
Zerg
are the same,
right? Well, it's not. It's a new Barak, man. Come on, that's not even a Zerg, right?